was actually
like
was
my
travel.
travel.
My name is Bishop.
So I mostly get inspired by experiences in relation to other forms of art, music, poetry, movies, and
If it's scary,
books.
counting.
And this also kind of gives me an insight into the experience.
Hello, guys. My name is Kelly, and you're welcome to Creative Couch, my creative couch. Okay, I'm a photographer and a creative director. That's what I do, mainly. How did I find my niche? I think it had to do with my surroundings, people I had around me at the time. You know, growing up, I had a lot of I had a lot of creatives. I had a lot of people that were already in the industry, you know, and I loved, you know, the outcome. I just loved movies. I loved storytelling. So I think I just fell in love. It's a thing I can't still explain till today. So yeah, it's been like that. Challenges. Yeah, I've faced a couple challenges. I won't say life is challenging already, but we thank God. I faced a lot of challenges in the work, in terms of clients, in terms of health. Sometimes health can be a big factor as well. So, yeah, I faced challenges. Now, one challenge I had faced one time was, so a client made a booking. So it was an event, kind of. He made a booking, already paid ahead, and everything. Then the client called. The client had called the night before the day of the event to say it's being postponed. And the client actually, because the truth of the matter is, a lot of people would have sent out contracts and the rest, but because of friendship, relationship with this person, it was like, okay, I'm moving this event, and I'm like, oh, I've already set things in place. I had already called out other people, other creatives, contracted other freelancers. So there's no way we can move it. If we have to move it, that means you have to, you know, pay another fee, and it was an issue. So involving different forces, and yeah, I had to refund, and it was a major fund. I had to refund, even though I wasn't at fault. So I made the refund, even though I had paid people already. So it was on me. That was a big loss, and that was one major challenge I had faced that now made me become more strict with my contracts and relationship with clients. Yeah, it was crazy. The industry is a big one. I mean, there's nothing anyone would want to take. If you say you want to take nice pictures, there's someone else is taking nice pictures. So what I did was character. I started it recently, where if I'm having a session right now, I started like very recent. Having a session right now, I realized that a lot of people coming to pay for your service, they already know your work. They know, oh, you are good at this thing. But to stand out, I thought to myself, I want to focus more on hospitality. So during the whole time of my sessions with clients, be it in my studio or at their place of work, wherever the event is, I come prepared, knowing how many people are going to be on set. Then I make arrangements for refreshment. When I say refreshment, I'm not talking about snacks. No, I make refreshments of food, drinks in the budget. So it's like a lot of people talk about, oh, this guy. When you talk about Kelly, you're talking about, oh, his sessions are always, you know, very nice. He's very he's very receptive. You know, so it's a different thing from the picture. So yeah, that's how I thought to stand out to be different from just taking excellent pictures and focus more on hospitality. Yes, I can say the church. Yes, I would say the church. I will say it. I will forever say the church is a great influence in my work, because one thing the church gave me is the church gave me access, and access is something people pay for. When I say access, I'm talking access to people, access to equipment, access to knowledge, skill. So the church gave me access, and that's one thing that is worth a lot of, is a lot. So that way I, from carrying cables, that was from like my younger days in church, carrying cables, charging batteries, standing behind someone, carrying equipment bags. It was all part of the training, and it can only be by access. So yeah, the church played and is still playing a huge role in who I am today, and I'm forever grateful, because I actually always feed on the word. And I know a lot of people, a lot of Christians, a lot of creatives will say this, but I think mine is personal, because yeah, it's personal. I would say I see my work as an avenue to reach out to people regardless. Like, there's no time, every client, I would always want to talk about Jesus. I will always talk about the word. Either before the shoot or after the shoot, we'll have to relate, because I'd want to, know what, I want to share this good life, this peace I have inside. So it's an avenue, and it's very good. The Word of God has made it so easy to reach out to people. It's made it so easy, and yeah, it's been calm. It's been calm in my line of work. Yeah, having the right community and right tribe is very important. I think it plays a very major role as a creative. It makes the work easy, and that's one thing I really, really, really needed, but I got, and it was nice, because that way, having a community or being in a community, it helps the work. It gives you exposure, because in the industry is so broad that you just have to learn from this person, and you just have to keep going. So the only way to do that is to have people with similar minds, higher, IQs around you that you can learn from, and gain knowledge from. So yeah, it's very important, the work.
Sincere with God, he'll be sincere with you. The Bible says to the perverse, he is perverse. You know what that means? To the pure, he is pure. So if you want to, play hide and seek with God, he'll play it with you. How do I know? Because he did it in the Bible.
Yeah, I've had a wow moment before. There was this time, and there were several times, but whenever I'm told to come up with a mood board or treatment for a shoot, it's always trying, most times trying things that it goes both ways. Maybe the clients want or I suggest. But there was this time I slept late. There was this time I slept late and I woke up and I had this picture in mind. But I didn't have the what was the word? I didn't have the privilege or the opportunity to like put it to work, to try it out like every other person will say, oh, I'm doing test shoot. So there's this client that paid for this job and I was like, I'm going to give this thing a try. Let's see how it goes, whether it works or it doesn't really work. I wasn't sure. Yeah, so but you came up with the whole concept. That was the first time I was doing something major for myself. Very major when it had to do with shoot, very major. And when we did it, just the raw, I was amazed that the picture at which I saw when I was sleeping came to life, and it was exactly the way I saw it. Like that was the first time I'd never worked with a mood board, and it was so amazing. I felt so overwhelmed by such, and I think it's been like that. So yeah, that was an amazing experience for me as a creative. Waiting for the big money. To be honest, waiting for the big money, I won't say you shouldn't wait for the big money, but don't wait, sha. There's nothing like waiting for the big money, because the job itself requires you to start. So what I would say to every young person or young photographer, creative out there is start. Everyone says start, but no one says how you should start. Like I said, I just found myself in love with what I do. I love what I do so much. I mean, it's a part of me. I love pictures. I love visuals. So I love directing. I wouldn't come to anyone's set and not have something to impute. It's not that, that's me loving my job. So when they say start, do you really love what you do, or do you really have passion for this thing you want to do? If it's yes, then the how wouldn't be an issue. All you just need to do is start, think, pray, dream, vision things and put it to work. Don't just sit and wait, because to be honest, the most paid job I've had, the highest paid job I had wasn't from something that I had planned. It was a 10-minute shoot. 10 minutes, yeah, 10-minute shoot. Very 10-minute shoots. Like I was just called up randomly to photograph these ambassadors that came for a meeting, and they just needed the handshakes and then greet ups. And that was my highest paid job for the first time. I don't know if I should call the amount, but it was pretty nice. 10 minutes. So I would have said, I don't have a camera of my own. No. I use my iPhone actually. That was then. That was like 2 years ago. I used my iPhone. That was an iPhone 8 Plus, and I edited with 3 apps. I used Lightroom. I used some other apps. I think Overlay. Then to edit this image, I did not have a laptop. Yeah, of my own, because I used to use my friend's own. It was 3 years ago. So all I would say is start. Don't wait for the big money. The big money is going to come once you start. Yeah. Thank you. I was actually the post keeper, so there was no point. There was no point taking it. Please. I've slept too. Wait, there's this time, man. Before there's this time, my pastor came. I think I was so tired, and I was sleeping, and he kept, he was preaching, and he walked up to me. He walked up to me, and then he actually put the mic and woke me up, and I was like, yeah. So everyone had, everyone I was in his church. It was so funny. Yeah, but yeah, I have. Let me drink. I have. Bro. I've acted. No. I have actually. Multiple people. I have time. I actually like fighting online. But oh, okay. Yeah, very good. Do we have to explain it? No, no, please. Let's move. That's all from me. Thank you for joining me on my creative couch today. See you next time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video to your loved ones, friends, and family. God bless you.